For all the girlies who have no help whatsoever, you have nobody to talk to, but you find that you still have to make life happen. You find that you still have to get out there and get things done. You find that you still have to put in that work to become your dream self, girl. Welcome to the sisterhood. Welcome. You have met your sister, okay? Hey girl, hey. So I know I've been missing in action for the last almost a month, and that is because it does not matter how much I tried to balance motherhood while starting my new business and just trying to put my head together, doing YouTube, all of the above. It has not been easy. It has really taken up a lot of my time. It was not, in my opinion, at that time possible. I felt as though I was missing out on so many aspects of my life, having to zone in so much on my little small business, one that is so dear to my heart, one that I'm so much in love with and can't wait to share the updates with you girly girls. So even though I have been missing on YouTube, the girl has still been working. My light is winking. I don't know why. Let me go fix it and I'll talk right back to you. But at the same time, I find that I have been struggling so much emotionally that it really took me to a place where I had to decide what it is was my priority and what it is that I needed to focus on the most. And that is because I have no help whatsoever. And I find that when I have to be splitting myself in so many different directions and be wearing so many different hats, it takes so much of me physically, mentally, and emotionally. And most of the days I was just so overwhelmed, not finding that balance that I needed in ensuring that I could effectively and efficiently carry out all the different tasks that just me have to do, right? And so you guys, I spent days pouring into my small business, and now I feel like I'm at a place where I can say yes, I can do YouTube, I can balance the business, I can balance motherhood, as well as also trying to prioritize my sense of self in the entire mix. So starting now, I want to share with you guys just how I am trying to go forward or move forward in this new journey of my life where it's me against me, right? I have decided that I wanted to title my videos or just incorporate it in a way where I say it's me against me, simply because I find that throughout this time I was judging myself so much. I was my biggest critique during this time, you guys, and the only person I could go to was God. You guys already know that I'm a loner girl. I have no family, I have no friends. I just went through a divorce, so I literally had to go to God in prayer. And the days when I couldn't go to God, God came to me and he was like, girl, you're going to make it. Take it easy. You're going to make it one step at a time. Focus on the areas that are most important today and leave tomorrow alone. And that was why I decided that, you know what, YouTube, let me pause you for a minute until I get my head together, until I figure out exactly how I want to navigate this whole new season of my life. And that is the reason why I will say that for all the girlies who have no help whatsoever, you have nobody to talk to, but you find that you still have to make life happen. You find that you still have to get out there and get things done. You find that you still have to put in that work to become your dream self, girl. Welcome to the sisterhood. Welcome. You have met your sister, okay? We are in the same boat together, because I can say that I have found somewhat peace in knowing that God is my only source of strength. He's my only source of refuge, because time after time after time, you guys, I have proven where I need somebody's shoulder to rest on, somebody to cry to, somebody to help me make some decisions that concerns my business, and there is nobody. And it is God's very still voice that will come and whisper in my ears, and he will say to me, look, what do you think about this? Eliminate that, or do this, or do that. Or, you know, it was those little moments when I felt so discouraged and wanted to give up that he's the only one, after scrolling through my entire phone and realizing that nobody is there to help me, nobody is there to show up for me, nobody is there that can say, hey, yeah, this is a good idea, but nobody at all. And I just found that in this season of my life, I really don't need anybody but God to help me to navigate this whole new era that I'm in, where I so want to ensure that I'm living out my dream by going forward with this small business, and most of all, taking care of my children and myself in the best way possible. So girl, today is Wednesday. I'm going to just give you a little real and raw synopsis or sneak peek into my life so that you can see what it's like when you have no help whatsoever, nobody to lean on but God, but you still need to make life happen, girl. We gotta make that life happen. We ain't gonna be sitting down and feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to give up. I have nobody to take my kids, and I have nobody to do this, and I have nobody to do that. No, I found myself in that position, and God was like, if you stay in that mindset, you're not going to reach anywhere. And because of that, I'm like, God, hell no. This girl has a plan. This girl has a dream, and she knows exactly where she needs to go. And there are so many of us other women out there who are feeling so defeated because we have no help whatsoever. We have no support system. We have nobody's shoulder to cry on. And God is like, Octavia, go talk to the girlies. Go talk to the girlies and let them know that you are going through the same thing, and you are going to be that example to let them know that, you know what, it is hard, but it is possible, and you will get it done, and you will live out your dream life. So girl, let's go make some breakfast because I have not eaten just yet. Oh, and just in case you did not know, I am a full-time stay-at-home mom, and I do have a toddler. You don't hear her, and that is because she's watching Cocomelon, but I am a full-time stay-at-home mom while trying to balance my small business, YouTube, Instagram, and my older son is at school. So if you are a mother, you know that motherhood in itself is a whole job, full-time job that never ends. And so you guys, let's go make some breakfast because this is something that I have decided intentionally that I can no longer neglect, and it's the fact that I wake up every single morning and I just jump right to work. I just start working. I sit around my computer for hours, you guys, and I do nothing productive in terms of eating and taking care of myself. So we're going to go look about some breakfast right now. I have been eating omelets sometimes for dinner based on how late I end up eating, but I have been loving myself an omelet and my matcha, of course, girl. My matcha, of course. So we're going to go make an omelet for myself and baby girl, and we're going to make a matcha, throw her some juice, and get right into business, girl. Get right into business. Let's go. So I guess it's fair to say that one of the number one reasons why we always feel like we need help around us is because we were taught that we can never do things by ourselves unless we have the input of others. I have found that in this season of my life, after God has taken away basically every support system that I have, that He is my greatest source that I need to lean on in the moment when I have nobody's shoulder to cry on. I have come to realize just how strong I am as a person also after having to dive deep into my own self to find the answers that I would normally go to other persons for. Now I know that most of the times this can become quite overwhelming, as we often think that having the opinion of others' input in our lives would make things a lot easier for us. But I've also come to realize that we become our strongest, our best, and our purest self in this season of our lives when we have nobody to turn to but ourselves and ultimately God, when we find ourselves in the positions that ultimately makes us become that utter best version of ourselves. So instead of making it my everyday narrative where all I do is complain about the fact that I have no support system, I have decided that it's me against me in a good way, where I will do everything to become my best self even though I have nobody's shoulder to lean on. I have found so many aspects of my life that I did not know exist, and this I have found that is my true identity that is molding me into the person that I've always dreamt of becoming. So if you find yourself in the same position like me, where you have nobody to turn to in the most vulnerable moments of your life, just know that you have everything inside of you to become that person that you so desire to be, and all it takes is you being a little quiet while also going deeper into your spirituality, connecting with God, and you'll find that you'll find all those answers that you're so desiring to seek from others. Might I add also that this is a time when I feel like self-care is most important. Me having to do everything by myself, especially as a single mom, I have learned through God just how important it is to pour into myself on a daily basis. What's on it? Now, I know I've said that I've struggled with this over the last few months as I was pouring so deeply into my small business, but yet still I'm reminded by God every single day of how important it is to not neglect my self-care process in this time. Just the thought of knowing that you have so many caps that you have to wear as a woman, you find that it is enough to make you not want to prioritize yourself. Yet still, we find that if we don't do this, then we will be definitely burnt out and not feeling like that version of ourselves that we so desire to be. So one step at a time, we are reminded to take that moment to pour into ourselves as we have no support system around us, because this is what's going to keep us going. And of course, girly girl, you know that for me, a glass of matcha always gets it done, and I'm working on improving my breakfast as well to give me that boost to start my day so that I can go forth and accomplish everything that I so need to accomplish for that day, in pushing me one step further to become that utter best version of me. Another box with fragrances. We have so many fragrances that we're going to be opening up today. We need to go to TJ Maxx because I don't have a basket that I can put all my fragrances in. So we're going to run to TJ Maxx and grab a little basket that we can put all of the fragrances that we need to secure it.
Hi guys. I have my Play-Dohs.
Now you have Play-Dohs?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's too much water.
That's too much water.
Yeah.
That's too much water in my hair.
And this part I want to dedicate to all my single moms out there, for you to be reminded that you are not in this alone, even though you may feel as though you are all by yourself. There is a community of selfless women out there who sacrifice every single day to make our dream lives possible while also taking care of our little ones. And what sometimes is still a hard task for me to ensure that I'm prioritizing both myself, my small business, and my children all at once, I am reminded by God every single day that through Him I have enough strength in me to go ahead and do exactly what it is that I need to do to accomplish my dream life also. So let us go every single day and be reminded of the fact that we are doing a super job while also ensuring that we are living out our dreams and finding our sense of self in the process. So I'm racing to go pick up my son from school before I actually go to TJ Maxx, because if I pick him up late from school, he screams. Typical New York City.
What
do you want when you go home?
It's alright.
What type of home? Hopefully you don't get cross with me.
What is that?
Worst nightmare.
And so it's in the little moments like these that I share with my children on a day-to-day basis that reminds me of how well I'm doing as a parent. And while it may be a case most of the times where I do need that break to focus on things that is just for me, after going through so much in my life with my children, I have come to realize that I would rather have in my life no way than the way that it is right now. Okay, you guys, so we are back from TJ Maxx and baby girl is done for a nap, which is so good for me. I love that. It is not easy when she's awake and need my attention and I'm trying to sort out more intricate parts of the business. It is not easy, so I'm happy when she does take a nap, even though it's some minutes to 5 p.m, which is not really good because then she's going to struggle when it's time for her to go to sleep later on. But whenever she wants to take a a nap, I just allow her to take that nap. That way I still get some time to do some work without distraction. So while she's taking a nap and my son has already done his homework, watching a little afternoon cartoon, I am going to just unpack all my fragrances with you guys. So this is the container that I got from TJ Maxx. I was not able to find like a basket type. This was the best thing that I could find. Love the fact that it is clear, so this will work very much perfect for all the fragrances that I will need to store. This was for $4.99 plus tax, very reasonable. So we have not one, not two, not three, we have 4 packages of fragrances. 2 main places, Makesy and Candle Signs. I've spoken to you guys on that before, so we're just going to go ahead and unbox our fragrances, not telling you guys what the fragrances are either. That's going to be a surprise for when the candles are actually finished. So no, we ain't telling you what they are, right? So we're just going to open them up and put them into the basket. I want to arrange them also to match the exact candle that they will be making, that each one will be making. So it's a lot of fragrances because one candle have at least 3 fragrances in them. So I think I have like close to 40 bottles of fragrances, and that is because each candle carries at least 3 different scents in there. So girl, this has brought out so much of my creative skill in trying to decide how I wanted each candle to smell, how I was going to name each candle. Girl, I so enjoyed that process to the maximum. It was one of my favorite parts, I must say, apart from the fact that I made my first candle and it was a flop. Which is expected, but I am very much happy for the fact that I was able, and it was not because of the scent, it was because I made a very big mistake and I ordered the wrong wick. Because I'm using 100% organic soy wax, I made a mistake and I ordered the wick that was supposed to go with a soy blend and not 100% soy. So that was my mistake. Definitely something that is very easy to correct. So I've already gone ahead and ordered like a sample wick kit, which should have been my first option, which we're not going to talk about it, but I made that mistake. I own that mistake, and moving forward past that, you guys and I will actually do our test candles together. So we're not there yet in the next video, because they said that the wicks will be coming in on Saturday. So by then you guys will be able to see me doing all the testing for the actual candles, and I know you guys will like that, right? I don't even know where my scissors is. Do I need a scissors? I think I do need a scissors. Those are all my Makesy fragrances. These are the Candle Signs. As you realize, the box is way bigger from Candle Signs, and that is because I order 90% of my fragrances from Candle Signs. Why is the next brand selling it so expensive when the scent throw is not as strong? I don't get it, but at the same time, they work well together. So, whatever. So I completely forgot that in one of my Candle Signs purchases, I ordered one of the big bottles. So this is I would say is my core secret scent. Yes, this is my, you know, in like when you're doing food and they would like be, there's a secret ingredient in the recipe why it tastes so good. Well, this is my secret recipe in all of my candles. Well, 98% of my candles have this secret recipe that I feel really brings out that exact scent that I'm looking for. Yes, this is it. So I went ahead and I ordered her in a big bottle because I realized that the small ones like these would not do it. So I had to order the big 16-ounce bottle for this specific scent because the girl is in almost all of my candles, whether it's shining through or it's just like a middle scent or a base scent. Yes, this girl, she is a bomber. Love her, love her, love her. You guys will know exactly what she is really soon because of the size of the bottle. So you guys will know exactly what it is really soon. But this is my secret ingredient that I will use in almost all of my candles. Not all of them, but almost all. And as I said, I have a lot of the small ones, and that is because I don't want to make too much of each candle that I will be coming out with too fast. I want to ensure that I try to perfect the ones that I will be selling first, and then from that I want to move ahead and start doing pre-order sales. Right, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys also. I wanted to go ahead and start pre-order sales. I want to start this maybe the first week of April, where you guys are able to do pre-order of any one of my candles or anything that will be on my website. You guys can go ahead and do pre-order. I will announce that at a later date. That way it gives me the leeway of not having to buy this whole bulk of inventory before I actually start making sales. So I feel like this is the best way to go, and this was something I was really struggling with, you guys. I struggled with this so much, and this is where God stepped in and he was like, pre-order. As plain as day, that's what he said to me. Pre-order. You need to do pre-order. Allow your clientele to come and purchase the items before you make them, and then you can go ahead and use that money to buy inventory, make the products, and ship it out to them wherever they are at a later date. But this gives you the opportunity to create a mini launch, but at the same time still make money through pre-order. And so girl, in the first week of April, I will be opening up my website to pre-orders, and you will be able to order whatever candle or whatever it is else that I will have on my website that you will be interested in. So you heard it here first. So happy for myself, girl. So happy for myself. And that's why I am ensuring that I have all of my scents put together. I have all of my vessels that I want to do my mini launch with, and then from that you guys will be able to see a clear picture with a clear description of my very tiny yet intentional collection that I have poured my heart and soul into over the last few months. And I'm so happy for myself, so proud of myself, and yeah girl, I am just rambling at this point because I am so excited that I am finally able to say, come the first week of April, I will be opening up my website to pre-orders, and you can go ahead, make your purchase, and just know that Octavia, not any wholesale place, but Octavia, me personally, me will be sending out a package to you, girly girl or guy, whichever one. We have one more bottle, one more box from Candle Science. I don't know why Candle Science package their stuff like upside down. Oh my god, this one is so much. There's so many. As I said, there's a whole box of fragrances, and just look at the box. So many, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and just pack these into the little container that I just purchased at TJ Maxx, and then we need to go start dinner. I have struggled so much with this part, you guys, where most evenings I end up cooking like some mac and cheese for the kids, or I'll end up just doing like some sandwiches, because I find that when I'm so deep into the bookwork side of my business, I don't want to stop, or I can't stop, and then it's just a whole lot of pressure in having to break to look about dinner, to do this and to do that. But not today. We are going to go fix dinner because I already went ahead and seasoned my chicken, so I was being a bit proactive in ensuring that I set the mood in me having a kind of smooth evening, in not being so overly pressured in having to thaw the chicken out and season the chicken and then cook the chicken. And no, I seasoned the chicken after it being in the fridge for about 2 days. So now that we have done that and gotten that out of the way, we are going to pack these out, put them away, and then we are going to start dinner, so that by the time baby girl wakes up, dinner is done and I won't have to be struggling in having her on the counter with me while trying to cook dinner, girl. We ain't doing that, okay? as they always say, children have a way how to humble you as an adult, and this is one that definitely signifies that. Baby girl did wake up and she fell earlier on while I was going to pick up my son from school, and ever since then she has not been in the best of mood, and here I am having to cook with her right by my side. I have grown to understand that these little ones are so much like me, and I have to be that one to regulate their emotions when it is that they're feeling as though they really need more attention than the usual.
'Cause when I saw you, there was nothing else. You got dreams and I got dreams, so let us open up about it. Maybe we will fit right.
Now, the same way I opened up this video by saying that it is fair enough to say that most of the times we do feel as though we need help in order for us to live out our dream lives, I am reminded by just rewatching this video that it is possible for us to go ahead and achieve everything that we so desire to achieve if we only believe in ourselves a little bit more while putting all of our faith and trust in God. I do hope this video was motivational to you in some way or another, girly girl. And if you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, all of the above, and I will see you most definitely in the next one. Have yourself a good morning, evening, night, whatever time it is wherever you are. Bye bye now.